So going into the postseason my senior year of high school, it was already stressful. It was already a lot going on at home. My mom was getting remarried. I was playing football. And it was just a lot all at once. School, had a little relationship or whatever. And honestly, this was the first time that I was ever introduced to some type of extra help and support when it came to stress and mental health and, you know, life management and all that. So, like I mentioned in Volume 1, when the football season ended and we lost to the same school that we lost to in the postseason of, of basketball that same year, going into that year, there was definitely, a lot of differences on the team, a lot of new additions, and in the beginning of those years, it was, tough to gel at first. It was tough to get everybody on the same page, I guess you could say. So going to school that year and having to be the leader, be the captain, be the everything, especially at first, in those first beginning years, we were waiting for a couple other players to come back to the team after the football season was over. Because like I mentioned in Volume 1, as soon as the football season ended, I was there immediately. I didn't want to waste any more time. I didn't want to risk taking any more losses for the season, because I knew it would matter later on down the road. And we battled, man. We battled and fought tooth and nail that year, despite the losses we took with the players we had the previous years, despite the injuries we had in the early stages of that season. We fought and we played, despite our differences, despite our, ups and downs, we really held it together that year and still was able to come out with a conference championship and still make it to the third round of the state playoffs at 4A level. And that was the furthest the school's ever been, like I mentioned in Volume 1. Coming to the end of that year, to the ending of that year, I didn't have the best of grades. I didn't have the best of, academics. And the best option for me and the best, avenue for me to go and to take at that time was definitely junior college. And I had really I had no problem with that. I was definitely open to that. I was never bent on trying to go big in D1 and go to a big name school, because it's like wherever I went, I wanted to play, right away, and I wanted to be able to make an impact and make a difference right away, and be able to show what I can do right away, and make an impression right away. So, with that being said, I already knew, and I already had it made up in my mind that I wasn't going to settle, and I also wasn't going to ask for too much or want too much. It's like I really wanted to just simply play at the end of the day, because I knew I can really, bring some positive things to whatever program I ended up going to. And so after our senior year ended, and we lost in the third round of the postseason, and it put a final cap on, like I said, such a long season, such a tough season. For me individually, such a mentally enduring season. Everything I was dealing with in my personal life and at home, it was like, on top of having to show up every night, play and perform well, and still, keep your grades well, and still be a leader, and still keep everybody together. So it was a lot, but I overcame. I was able to make everything work. Excuse me for a second.